Steve-O got the Midas touch.
It's Bagg Lady J. Just left my mom's house, had a good time, made some good food, seen my family, had an amazing time. But I just wanted to talk about leveling up and like what to expect when you level up. So I think a lot of people misconstrue the freedom that comes with owning your own business, because a lot of times it's amazing, it's a great thing, but I do feel like when you hold yourself at a higher standard, um it can get very disciplined. Like, I feel like that's the number one thing that you need in your business, because even now, like today, I had a great time, but because I know I have to wake up in the morning for my next piece of business that's doing really good for me, I had to bring my ass home. And I just think that it's important to let other people know, especially young entrepreneurs coming up, like, it's fun, but it's so important that you just discipline yourself and just know the difference between like having a bunch of fun, freedom and everything, and then also knowing your own boundaries in your business. And I think it's important to know those early on, because I was ready to be outside, but I'm like, you know what? It is a lot of things I have to handle, and I do think it's also important to surround yourself with family and people and friends that also have things going on so that they understand. Because I remember when I was younger, I would say like, okay, I have to do this, I have to do that. But being young, it wasn't really a need. It was like, okay, if I want to do this, I'm gonna go do it. But now that I'm older, like, it's so important that I have people around me that do have other responsibilities as well, so that when I'm handling my responsibilities, they're very understanding. Like, at the end of the day, it's like, we ate good, had a good time, now we all gotta go home and handle our responsibilities. But I will say that it's so important to have a balance, because I swear this just literally fueled me for the rest of the week. Like, I had a great weekend. Like, Easter weekend was everything for me. So now going into the next week, like, I really feel re-energized and like fulfilled, and I had a great time. So I'm just good for the next couple weeks, actually, because at some point you do start to feel like, okay, I'm handling a lot of shit. And sometimes, like, you're going to want to have that fun. You're going to crave that fun. And there's going to be a lot of things that you're going to have to now say no to. But it's important to have that balance. Like, I know, like, okay, I picked my weekends for, it's like, okay, we're going to have fun. But when I have something important coming up, I know. And I think it's so important to treat yourself, but don't mislead yourself at the same time, because I do remember being younger and feeling as if like, okay, whatever, we're going to make this back. We can do whatever we want, which we did. We did whatever we wanted. But now having more responsibility, it really just comes with the territory where you have to understand the difference. Like, this is really cool for me. Like, I actually respect myself more off this. And this is why I take respect I don't take respect lightly, because I respect myself more when I do stuff like this. I'm like, okay, girl, you could be the owner of Amazon if you sit up here like really putting yourself in a position to manage things accordingly. Because imagine if you can't even manage a couple clients, you can't even get back in the bed at this certain time or do this at this time or cut off these certain things to handle one client. So imagine when you get hundreds, thousands of people that's looking at you, your business, your brand, everything that you're doing, and they see like, okay, you're not really pulling the weight that you need to pull, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's another thing I want you to understand. Your time will come. Like, you don't have to be able to pull all the weight at one time, but just starting with that one person and think like, okay, you know what? Let me start practicing now for when I get into a bigger situation and I already know how to manage this. Because the management is not only of the business, it's of yourself too. Because right now, like, I've been drinking, I've been out with my cousins and stuff. Like, I didn't have to drive or nothing today. I had a really good time. I didn't have to drive. My cousin came pick me up. I rode with my mama to my dad's house. Like, I had a great time seeing my family and stuff. But I do have an understanding that, like, okay, cool, but I know how to cut those things off. And I just want to say discipline is so important, because people think owning a business is like all fun and games. And it's fun when you're making that money. Don't get it wrong. It's so fun when you have the freedom to do what you want. But you do also have to have boundaries on what you allow yourself to do. And that's the difference, I feel like, with having a job. With a job, it's like, okay, those boundaries are set on somebody else's expectations. This is not on your expectations. And I expect myself to act like the owner of Amazon. I expect myself to act like the owner of a very prestigious company that's really pulling weight. So, and I'm associated with people that own these types of companies. So I make sure that it's a point to really be disciplined in myself. And I'm only 22, so it's just very important to learn that stuff early. And y'all, if I'm slurring, I just got my tooth pulled. So, it's, you know, but yeah. Just make it a point to just discipline yourself. Like, I don't care if you're doing hair, I don't care if you're doing nails. Make sure that the way that you set your foundation is the way that you intend to grow it as well. Because I think sometimes people set fucked up foundations and they get mad at the fruit that come out of those. But you got to understand, like, bro, if you're staying out all night, not doing shit with your life, you can't expect all your clients to like you or not go and bash you on Facebook if you can't wake up in the morning. You know, like, at some point you got to really look at yourself and say, I can't really blame the clients if I'm really not doing the work, you know. And this is part of the work. The work is waking up. The work is getting it done. The work is, okay, I'm going to step out this day, but the next day I'm going to make sure that I'm up and I'm able to do my job even 10 times better because I got the opportunity to go out and make use of my time how I choose to. So I just think that's so important. I think a lot of people need to take that more serious, because even when it comes to like social media branding, I'm taking this so serious, like, and I'm actually learning to love it. Like, I'm literally learning to love it, and I'm actually learning to love the ease of it. That's what I'm realizing. Like, I'm really learning to love the ease, because I grew up on the foundation of hustle, 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 and go get it, which made me a lot of money. But at the same time, I feel like the things that are so spontaneous, that's how I'm starting to look at social media. Like, it's so spontaneous, because it's like you can make one post, it get a couple likes, you make another post, boom, it blew up. And I'm actually learning to love the thrill of it. Like how y'all love these tight ass niggas that keep on doing these spontaneous things. Like, he have never did shit, but then when he finally do something, it's like, okay, cool. But you learn how to appreciate it more because it's something that's so like sporadic. Like, oh my God, I didn't expect that. And I'm really learning to love the game, and I'm really learning the game of social media. I'm learning the game of branding. I'm learning the game of just understanding myself better, and I'm actually loving it. Like, I'm loving it, like, for real. And I'm appreciative, and I'm thankful for these times, because especially with Detroit, because every time it brings out something different, like people selling Easter baskets outside, people outside selling grapes. Like, if you're from Detroit, you know, and it's really like, I'm like, yes, I love it. I fucking love it, because I have never seen that nowhere else. And for us to be the city that's doing that, it's just like, yes, everybody put on their best dress, you know, got their hair done, everything, just got it together, looking good, having an amazing time, cooking, everything. So I'm grateful for that, but I just wanted to come on here and tell y'all, like, take it serious. Whatever you do in life, just take it very serious. And that doesn't mean it doesn't have to be fun, but that means that you can pick and choose, because those sacrifices that you make right now will mean you very much well in the future.
And you knowing it's important, busy chasing all this money, so I leave these niggas snoring. Bitch, I just got the motherfucking package in. I fell up on my ass, now I'm back again. I just hit it on a 9, trying to stack the 10. If I ever trip, I'ma get back up and stack again. Look, I just got the motherfucking package in. I fell up on my ass, now I'm back again. I just hit it on a 9, trying to stack the 10. If I ever trip, I'ma get back up and stack again, bitch.